Next up on the stage is TourDesk, which offers a comprehensive tour booking service for accommodation providers, allowing partners to offer their guest experiences to book in a simple and secure way. TourDesk has created a brand new revenue streams for accommodations all over the world. Please join me in welcoming Hjörtur from TourDesk.
All right. Had a lot of very intelligent people talking about very complicated things. I'm going to go a bit simple. And I'm actually going to start with the most basic of introductions that can be made. And I want you to imagine a world. It's a world where everyone absolutely loves eating soup. Soup is literally the best thing we can get, and we eat it all the time. But for some random divine intervention type of reason, we eat soup by using fork and knife. No one in this world has ever heard of a spoon. So imagine waking up one day thinking, holy shit, a spoon makes a lot of sense. And that is TourDesk. So I'm not trying to sound overly dramatic. At its core, TourDesk is a very simple concept. I'm not saying we created a rocket that's going to take all humankind to space. It's just a spoon. And a spoon is the simplest of inventions. So you get up in the morning all energetic, ready to show the world how incredibly effective they can be at eating soup. You've just realized this amazing method, and you obviously want everyone to benefit from it. So you talk to 10 people. 5 of those, they look at the spoon, they listen to your little speech, and they see that it all makes sense. And from then on, all their soups are eaten with a spoon. 3 to 4 of them, they're going to find a meme somewhere saying that if it's too good to be true, but they listen anyways, spend some time on it, maybe show them some reference cases from the 5 people before, and you generally just do your job. Because you're not selling anything, you're just showing them a lot better way to eat soup. So you believe absolutely from the bottom of your heart that you're demonstrating something game-changing. And eventually they agree that the spoon, indeed makes their lives a lot easier. Now, we're left with a guy or 2. They're probably not going to be in this room because we're talking about doing something new. And they will stare you straight in the eye for an uncomfortably long time. And they will tell you, son, I've been eating soup since before you were born. You're not going to come in here and tell me how to eat soup. So you're all humble, and you say something like, no. We're not saying you don't know how to eat soup. We respect your work. We know you're great at eating soup. But just look at the possibilities, look at the potential. You can now eat soup without it leaking all over the place, without having to slurp it up like a madman. Just try it out. I'm not even going to charge you. I just want you genuinely to see the benefits of eating with a spoon. So 2 things can happen. 1, they sit in silence for a while, and they eventually tell you they'll think about it. Or 2, they get even more adamant on never using no spoon. They don't need it. They've done perfectly fine for all these years. They might even quote my good friend Logan Roy and tell you to fuck off. So you walk away a bit disappointed because in reality you just want everyone to enjoy your spoon. So now you know how it is to sell TourDesk for a living. It's as simple as that. In reality, the majority of my work and our sales work is the easiest job in the world. We walk around between accommodations and we offer them a tool that doesn't cost them anything. And then we pay them money every month for using it. And all the while, their guests are getting a better service. So, how does our spoon look like? TourDesk works on the notion of trust. The trust guests have towards their accommodations, airline, travel agency, or travel influencer. By capitalizing on that trust in a responsible manner, we can create significant value for all parties involved. So for the purpose of this presentation, we're specifically looking at how TourDesk can enhance the customer journey, the guest experience. But in reality, that's just a small part of the overall value created. And of course, myself and our team will be happy to discuss the whole thing during the coffee break or afterwards, yeah? So just very briefly, TourDesk enables anyone to offer tours and activities to their guests and to earn a commission on every booking made. We work primarily with accommodation providers, but in reality, the platform is great for travel agencies, airlines, travel bloggers, anyone that deals with people. We create curated tour-selling websites for each of our partners that can be shared with guests prior to arrival or in location. Their guests finalize bookings on their own. In addition to that, we offer an agent solution that allows receptionists, concierges, and sales departments to book tours directly for their guests. So with earning commission, TourDesk is a pretty clear revenue-generating tool, and for many of our partners, that's a key function of what we do. But that is always coupled with the increased service the tool offers. Now, if you think about the countries we operate in, primarily Iceland, Scotland, Ireland, these are complicated markets. No one is visiting these countries because of the weather. They're visiting to do something. And it is a bit scary to come to these countries. And the possibilities for things to do are absolutely endless. So when our accommodation or travel agency or airline sends us a friendly little message saying, hey, don't worry, here's a list of things you can do and we recommend, you are absolutely, as a traveler, inclined to trust them a lot more than you trust ICE Holiday 427 on TripAdvisor. So the guests trust their accommodation. And in turn, the accommodation trusts us. Because at the end of the day, what they're doing is recommending TourDesk to their guests. And this is a trust that TourDesk takes incredibly seriously. And in reality, it's what our whole business model revolves around. You see, a good guest experience when it comes to tours and activities translates directly into better perceived service. And better perceived service translates into better reviews, and just general word of mouth. And that translates directly into more revenue, higher room rates, more satisfied staff, rainbows, and even the occasional unicorn. So not only are our partners earning revenue on tours booked, they're entering with this beautiful feedback loop of positive experiences, reviews, and revenue. And all the while making their own lives much, much easier. Because booking through TourDesk is literally easier than any other method. Offering a platform to guests to book themselves confidently is the ultimate service experience, backed up with strong support. And for anyone that doesn't want to self-service, the agent platform allows receptionists and sales agents to operate at the level of a concierge with 40 years of experience. So this is absolutely by far the shortest explanation I've ever given of what we do. I usually take a longer time than this just to introduce myself, throwing in the fact that I'm in reality just a fisherman's son from Grímsey who somehow stumbled into tourism. But please feel free to drop by our stand, and then we can actually have a conversation, see what we can do. We have a team out there. We're absolutely happy to have a conversation with all of you. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Ásta, Halldór, Andri, everyone from Icelandic Tourism for this great event. Takk fyrir mig.